God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness. You are not my maker. You will not be my mirror. When God said, I am to Moses, my name is I am. He was trying to get him to see, you are as I am.
That is really, really dangerous at best. It is heretical. When let's just play this again, make sure I get it right what he's saying.
When God said, I am to Moses, my name is I am. He was trying to get him to see, you are as I am.
When he said, I am, I'm just, the best that you could say is that he's woefully ignorant of the end of John chapter 8. And you might say, well, that's not nice to say, but that's the nicest thing you could say. Because what did Jesus say? He said in John chapter 8, verse 58, Jesus said unto them, most assuredly I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. Before Abraham was, I am. This is a name for God. He's obviously referring back to the burning bush, right? I am that I am. Sorry, there's a fly buzzing around my ear. I am that I am. What did the people do when they heard that? Verse 59, then they took up stones to throw at him, but Jesus hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. They knew what that meant. Jesus was saying that he was God. I am that I am. He is the self-sufficient one. He is the one outside of time. He's the one that everything... I am. One of the most basic teachings, and how anybody could get through college and not notice. And you see, it reminded me of what Kenneth Copeland said years ago. Kenneth Copeland, by the way, who was a raging heretic. I can't remember what he was... I think he was talking about Genesis 3, and he said when... Or maybe it was Exodus 3, but it was in regards to I am. And he said that it was almost as if man was to say, I am too. When I heard this, it just sounded so much like Kenneth Copeland. So much like that little God's theology. That's what it means to be created in the image of God. You're really just another God. The kind of stuff that Todd White teaches, that you have God's DNA within you. That kind of stuff is absolutely satanic. I'm trying to be careful what I say about anybody. I'm trying to go with their published writings and things like this. Like Kenneth Copeland is not hiding any of this stuff. He's just kind of, it's out there in plain view. And he's not really denying it at all. Todd White's doing exactly the same thing. And let's just play this one because it's incredibly serious what he just said there.
When God said, I am to Moses, my name is I am. He was trying to get him to see, you are as I am.
And how did the Jews respond to Jesus saying, I am? They threw stones at him because they thought it was blasphemy, because they knew that he was claiming to be God. And how can Stephen Furtick not understand that? By saying something that ridiculous. And how can there be so many people in a congregation, and I've heard nothing about this. I don't know if there's been any pushback from this within his congregation. If anybody said to him, I don't know if you should be saying something like that.
That's what a mirror does. God says, I want to see myself in you. When God sees you, he sees himself. He sees his son. Christ is the image of the invisible God. And if he is in you, he is more than the world against you.
When I read in the Bible where he says, I am, I just smile and say, yes, I am too.
You know what else that is settled then tonight? This hue and cry and controversy that has been spawned by the devil to try and bring dissension within the body of Christ, that we're gods. I am a little God.
Yes. Yes.
I have his name. I'm one with him. I'm in covenant relationship. Yeah. I am a little God. Critics,
you are
be gone.
Anything that he is.
Yes.
No.
When I read in the Bible where he says, I am, I just smile and say, yes, I am too.